are as guilty as they are because you were an essential part.
Before X died, he said, if anybody kills me, it's Drake.
Who they had claimed, you had claimed, discovered visual evidence that Drake could have had ties to the same organization as a co-defendant in this case, Robert Allen.
Drake's world might be crumbling faster than anyone expected. Explosive new evidence has just surfaced, linking him to XXXTentacion's 2018 murder, and it's throwing the case into a whole new light. From cryptic lyrics to alleged gang ties and suspicious movements, the connections are piling up, and they're impossible to ignore. Let's hit rewind. XXXTentacion, aka Jose Onfroy, wasn't just a rapper. He was the SoundCloud blueprint, catapulting from underground prodigy to a full-blown cultural phenomenon. His raw, soul-bearing tracks didn't just top charts. They became lifelines for millions of fans who felt seen in his pain. The chaos all started with Look at Me, an unapologetically wild anthem that practically screamed Gen Z rebellion. X didn't just make music. He cracked open his heart and let the world peek inside, delivering beats drenched in emo vibes, lo-fi grit, and rap rawness. It was a sound nobody owned but him. Of course, a rise this explosive didn't come without its mess. X's life off stage was a storm of legal troubles and shocking allegations, from to domestic violence. To some, he was a misunderstood genius. To others, a walking red flag. Yet, no matter the drama, his music never lost its grip, solidifying X as a generation-defining artist whose legacy refuses to fade. Tragically, X's story came to a heartbreaking end on June 18, 2018. The 20-year-old artist, born Jose Onfroy, was leaving Riva Motorsports in Deerfield Beach, Florida, when the unthinkable happened. It was broad daylight, but that didn't stop two masked men from ambushing him in his BMW i8. These guys weren't playing. They bags stuffed with $50,000 in cash withdrawn earlier that day to buy a new motorcycle. But things turned deadly fast. Surveillance footage later revealed in court showed the chaos as X struggled, refusing to give up the bag at first. Then, in a shocking moment that still haunts his fans, he was shot at point-blank range. It was over in seconds. The killers fled the scene, leaving X lifeless in his car. He was rushed to the hospital but pronounced dead soon after. The news broke like wildfire, leaving fans worldwide heartbroken and the hip-hop community in shock. X wasn't just a rising star, he was the star, with a rawness and talent that felt untouchable. To think his life was cut short at just 20 felt like the ultimate injustice. Within days, X didn't stop there. Before his tragic murder, he posted what might be the most infamous Instagram post in rap history. The post said, "If anyone tries to kill me, it was at Champagne Poppy Drake. I'm snitching RN." Yeah, that Champagne Poppy. The internet exploded, but before anyone could even process it, XXX came back saying, "Nah, my account was hacked." Convenient, huh? The post was gone as fast as it went up, but the damage? Already done. People started side-eyeing Drake from that moment forward. Drake, meanwhile, played it cool, or so it seemed. Now here's where it gets even spicier. Enter Kendrick Lamar. In his track, Not Like Us, he spits, "How many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. At first glance, it's just Kendrick flexing his math skills, right? Wrong. Reddit detectives have been working overtime, and one theory stands out. 5 plus 5 is a nod to XXX's name. Why? Because X is the Roman numeral for 10. Sneaky, huh? But Kendrick didn't stop there. Those same sleuths believe the whole "how many stocks do I really have in stock" line translates to "how much should I say?" Like, is Kendrick holding back on spilling something bigger? Now let's get into Drake's catalog, because apparently the man loves dropping breadcrumbs in his music. In On BS from Her Loss, he raps, "Maybe I should break that 10, do a 5, then if it gets live, do a 5 again." If he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again. Damn. Wait.
Before X died, he said, "If anybody kills me, it's Drake." And do you think that for one moment, here today, days after the event, he's killed by two masked men, right? He came on social media and said, "Guys, before you guys, if anybody kills me, it's Drake." Do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him, they talked to him? No. Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked, Drake or anybody like that? No. They never did that.
Instead, law enforcement zeroed in on the 4 suspects who were eventually convicted, completely brushing off any ties to the rap superstar. Padilla had a clear game plan: stir up reasonable doubt. He argued that X's public beef with Drake wasn't just petty rap drama. It could have been a motive for something much darker. Could someone in Drake's circle have orchestrated the hit? Padilla didn't hold back, hinting that X's willingness to call out the music industry, combined with his meteoric rise, might have made him a target for powerful people who didn't want to see him win. Things escalated in February 2023 when Padilla's team made a bold move to subpoena Drake for a deposition. The court filing used X's Instagram post as evidence, essentially arguing that Drake had to answer some serious questions. But unsurprisingly, Drake's team has been working overtime to keep him out of this mess. When Drake was subpoenaed to testify via Zoom, but his lawyers clapped back hard, calling the whole thing baseless. And with Drake's name back in the mix, public interest is reigniting faster than a trending hashtag. So, what's next? The court hasn't decided whether this new evidence is worth reconsidering, but one thing's for sure: the drama surrounding XXXTentacion's murder isn't going away anytime soon. Drake has never publicly addressed the allegations, and his silence speaks volumes to some. While his legal team has consistently shut down attempts to involve him in the case, fans and critics alike question why he hasn't spoken out to clear his name. And now, with this new appeal dragging his name back into the spotlight, rumors are swirling that Drake is seriously panicking behind the scenes. The internet's eating it up, speculating whether his silence is strategy or guilt. Fans are divided. Some argue that the claims against Drake are baseless, while others believe all the facts, writing, "Drake for sure did it. He said it multiple times. He said son about XXX, the only time I shoot below the neck." And on Knife Talk with 21 Savage, he said, "I got him while I flew to Turks." And a little over 2 weeks after X's death, Drake was spotted in Turks. So